Folks, the more stuff comes out about Rachel Zegler, geez, the worse it gets, you know? I mean, now even the producer's son is going after her, basically. So, yeah, welcome back, everybody. It's your pal Orange Hat here to bring you another video. So, Snow White producer's son slams immature Rachel Zegler. Clearly hurt the film. Producer Marc Platt's son, Jonah, posted and deleted a scathing comment about the Disney star. Deleted because basically it's not helping the film at all. That's why they deleted it, because, well, yeah, you attack her during the promotion of during the time of the film being in theaters, you're causing more drama and whatnot. So a Snow White producer's son is harshly slamming Rachel Zegler, accusing the star of hurting the film with her social media comments. Jonah Platt, son of Marc Platt, took to Instagram to defend his father against Rachel Zegler's fans in the wake of a Variety story that noted that Platt, apparently at Disney's behest, flew to New York City in August to ask the actress to remove a Free Palestine comment that she made on X while she was thanking Disney fans for watching Snow White trailer. The commenter called Platt's father creepy as hell and said the producer's efforts to control Zegler's social media post was uncalled for. In a since deleted reply, Jonah Platt, who hosts the Being Jewish podcast, wrote, "You really want to do this? Yeah, my dad, the producer of enormous piece of Disney IP with hundreds of millions of dollars on the line, had to leave his family to fly across the country to reprimand a 20-year-old employee for dragging her personal politics into the middle of promoting a movie for which she signed a multi-million-dollar contract to get paid and do publicity for." Damn! This kid, good on you, Jonah. He continued, "This is called adult responsibility and accountability, and her actions clearly hurt the film's box office. Free speech does not mean you're allowed to say whatever you want in your private employment without repercussions." He's right. Tens of thousands of people worked on that film, and she hijacked the conversation for her own immature desires at the risk of all the colleagues and crew and blue-collar workers who depend on that movie to be successful. Narcissism is not something to be coddled or encouraged. Shit! Holy shit! Why was this erased? Disney had no immediate comment, nor did a representative for Jonah or Marc Platt. Jonah Platt has been an advocate against anti-Semitism and has repeatedly spoke out against Kanye West, such as after the rapper stenciled swastikas on his buildings. Marc Platt previously weighed in on the topic of actors making political statements on his son's podcast. Platt, who also produced the mega hit Wicked, was asked about the film stars Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo making pro-Palestine comments and how he handles such instances. No decent human being wants any suffering in humanity from decent people. What happens in instances is individuals ascribe their names to something where they are not being completely informed, and the messaging to them is, there is suffering here, we have to speak out for the suffering. The message doesn't include there is also suffering over here, or there is suffering that was prompted or instigated by an act of terror or an act of evil. Or, oh my god, there's a lot of ors. There is a terrorist group in place that wishes for the annihilation of a whole group of people. That gets left out of the conversation. So my way of dealing with it is, when the moment is right, to have that conversation where it can be heard and not in the midst of anger. And I feel good about those conversations that I've been having. Last weekend, Snow White opened below expectations to an estimated $43 million domestically. Globally, the live-action $270 million remake of the it's not a remake, it's a reimagining, folks, because if it was a remake, it would have been a shot for shot. The iconic 1937 film was expected to clear 100 million, but instead came in at 87.3. There has been plenty of blame to go around for the film's performance. There is remake fatigue, for starters. Some questions whether there was ever inherent mass interest in a Snow White revival. There are, yes, the film's various controversies, from debate over the film's handling of the Seven Dwarfs to Evil Queen Gal Gadot's pro-Israel stance. There is also the film itself. Snow White received largely negative reviews from critics, averaging a dismal 42% critic score. On Rotten Tomatoes, its audience score is far higher. That is just the verified audience, folks. That 74% is verified audience, meaning people who bought tickets to high or to big theater houses like AMC, Fandango, and Regal. Verified audiences are where you can actually verify that a ticket was purchased, where if you go to a private or a small town movie theater like my hometown and get a ticket there, you will not, or there's no way to verify that, so yeah, they won't verify it. So when people say verified is just, or the non-verifieds are just review bombing it, no, that's not the case. You need to know the differences. Yet it's also true that Zegler's comments over the last 3 years have certainly made headlines and stirred up plenty of social media uproar. Zegler repeatedly criticized the original film and wrote a scathing post-election message about Donald Trump, yet some corners of the fandom were also set against her from the very beginning, given that the young actress of Colombian and Polish descent, there we go, was cast as a traditionally white fairy tale character. You're trying to basically push the racist narrative. It is not racist to point out that the character of Snow White's name was given such because her skin was white as snow. That's not a racist thing to point out, folks. Zegler's performance in the film, on the other hand, was widely praised, even by critics who didn't like the movie overall. That's because they are basically paid with what's known as early access perks, folks. The reason why they said the movie sucks, but she did a good job, they are paid to say that. They are literally paid. If not with money, but with early access perks. Early access meaning they're the ones who get to put the critic reviews in and whatnot, and also get to put their 2 cents in before the movie comes out to a wider audience. Ugh. And in weeks leading up to the film's release, Zegler has gamely promoted the film and avoided any obvious stumbles. Yeah, except that more news from behind the scenes is coming out, such as this news about the producer's son basically going after her. Bravo for doing that, dude. You are totally entitled to. Why you chose to delete that comment, I will never understand why. You have every right to say what you says, just as she has every right to say what she says. Now, yes, one should have to deal with the consequences of their actions. And Rachel Zegler will always be dealing with the consequences of her actions, folks. In summary, this woman is going to always be the face of the Snow White controversy and failure. When people, or in Hollywood, when people are thinking of a movie and somebody says maybe Rachel Zegler can be put in it, and people are going to be like, that woman who basically shit on the original adaptation of a iconic Disney film that she was in. No, we are not hiring her. That woman is a walking controversy. She is, and that is true. She is a walking controversy because she couldn't shut her mouth. Not only couldn't, she wouldn't. She actually utterly refused to shut her mouth. I did a video a while back, folks. It's my biggest video, my most liked, most viewed, and whatnot. She was warned that her actions would create controversy. She didn't care. She kept on saying shit. She kept on running her mouth. And her actions literally caused people to send death threats to Gal Gadot, which caused Disney to hire added security for Gal and her family. So yeah, Rachel Zegler caused so much controversy and also endangered the life of Gal Gadot, her co-star. That's the kind of terrible person that Rachel Zegler is. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. She would double and triple down. But people are still going to say, oh, you're nothing but a rude bigot. You don't know what you're talking about, this and that. I've been covering this since her casting. And yes, her skin was white as snow, and I said all that in that original video way back when. And it's not racist to point that out, folks. But yeah, the producer's son, Jonah Platt, good on you, man. I'm sorry that you had to delete that post, but good on you for sticking up for your father and exposing more of what Rachel Zegler is all about. She doesn't think about all of the consequences. And that is why, folks, Snow White will fail at the box office. Anyway, that's going to be the video. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, folks. What do you think of this? Do you think that this is just more crap that people have to deal with Rachel Zegler? Or do you think that he was out of line by saying this? Let me know all your thoughts, folks. This has been Orange Chat. You all have a wonderful night or day, wherever. And always remember to stay humble. Peace.